things getting mad, well, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, Tim Young. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Since I'm telling you, don't forget to subscribe because this year a lot of things are going to be happening. This is the other side of story whereby I have to highlight and explain kuti chii chiri kuitika boys zangu. Kumageto team yeseri entertainment industry. I'm having to highlight boys zangu kuti boys. A lot is coming on. A lot is going to be happening. Expect. It's not easy. I always say it's not easy, but when we have to get it done, we have to get it done. I know due to my occupations at Ipo, the reason and how I didn't doubt about it is like, guys, you need to have at least an understanding why some of the things as promised might delay, some of the things, background why Badman was silent. Anyway, guys, I have to say this in short. Key number one, why was I silent? Badman Angari silent for what? I'm going to be telling you why, the reason why I went silent. I'm going to be telling you why was it like I never released for so long and I never put my energy into the music for so long. That's key one. And number two, Ishiripo Patim Yang, at least Munzi no boys. Badman, when he started, how did he start? Akatangira papi. This music thing, I know it's generation, there's a big generation gap that, but be the case, it's something that I really need to share my journey with everybody to know people. Music is art, music is life, music is not that easy. And I'm going to be highlighting to you all that part. And then, to the other parts, who did really inspire me, who I've worked with, or Nakashanda now, to say, mention a few, the likes of Tombotara, my DJs, who I've worked with. I worked with a lot of guys. I'll table in each one on their segment, how I've worked with them, my relations in terms of worked, how good the good about it and how it really worked with us pushing the movement. I know when people see it, they see it in a different way and so I'll be sharing all that, there are things that I also need you to understand, guys. I've seen a lot of people with this, especially the new generation, they say a lot of things regarding music industry, mango mayo about my rhythms. It's in general when people highlight about rhythms. My rhythms, my rhythms are culture dance. My rhythms are trust me, you don't know nothing. You don't know the way rhythms contributed in terms of music, but I'm going to be highlighting my own views. What I'll be saying are my views, not that my views are overall, but the points that made them understand the vibe on the dancehall, and the vibe actually wrote away why it went on to be where it is like now. However, additional to that part, then comes the point, to highlight about my rivals. People saying this about people who I was rivals with and who was there before the rivals and why the rivals were there and then claim to do that. Those are some of the stories that I'm going to be highlighting. And then prior to that, it's the key line on as much as I promised the coming vibes is Ziriko in summer. When I'm saying the vibes, I'm saying to the coming rhythms, the coming album that's gonna be there. As Badman, I know it's long awaited, but I'm gonna push as much as I can so that you get a good sound this year. You get a good sound for this coming summer. After a long period of silence, I know I'm not doing this for competition. That's one thing that you should know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk of this subject when on its own, but abanungokupha segments what to expect and when to expect it. But be the case, we're going to be touching subject by subject, and we're going to highlight. And I can guarantee you, Kuti, mostly on a weekly basis, at least once a week, I'll be dropping at least my pre-release tune that you'll be getting just to vibe up, just for the love of music. That's the reason why I need you to understand. Some people might say like, hey, this guy is doing this and what. It's not for those who are there to criticize. It's for those who like music. If you like music, take it. It's how it is. It's like what you like, you get it. What you don't like, you pass. That's what it is. And I know music is full of critics, people who say thumbs up, and they're saying that wholeheartedly, and people who say thumbs down because they're running out of my frenemies. If you get what I mean with my frenemies. So it's not like a press play thing that people have to smile and say this is, but if the sound is good, if everything is right, I would have to give it to you. You tell me what's your view. And we build up because, when I feel that I've got something that music doesn't get old. Music doesn't get old. So those are some of those things that I need to be highlighting, some of those things that I need to be sharing with you guys. And as much as it is, I know there are questions that are always coming in inbox mango asking me, Batman, wona toda unadzonzwisisa kuti paipa pane nyaya yakaitika yakadai hatisati takumbotaura zvemazita zvedu, but time yacho yemazita kana yazokwana changa chitaurwa on those segments, what really went on. There are the guys that will be asking, no, Badman, on the ground, did you really work Naningirikini? What came out and how did it came out? Is because those who get a generational gap. So the main reason why Arima vlogs and Shitaura about it, it's for you to understand the best level that you can about whatever is happening. You see, the best level that you need to understand it. I know there are other parts, they are never mentioned on how these things went on how these things was done. But in here, I'm going to and then, getting the vibe going, getting the right language coming out and, making it a win-win situation. When something is nice and it's articulated nicely, you understand, guys? So, Pama levels as a team, there's a lot to expect. There's a lot that we're going to share. Part of my history, part of my journey, the raps that have been there, ups and downs, the raps that have been there when it comes to promotional level, what goes on, what comes out, what went on, why not on radio, why on radio, challenges coming also on Kuma recording labels in my studios. Those are some of the things that also really be on a point could not look so that people because why munhu anogona kutaura chinhu chaasina kana kubvira amboona akaita kuti vanhu abhelieve chinhu chaanenge asina kumboona, but the main part iripo ndeyekuti is to all my loyal fans, I'm doing it to a point yekuti because you love the music, I'm giving it the best shot that I can on a mature level, on a good sound, on something that I really need you to sit down and enjoy and think about it. You understand what I mean? So go to look, this is our brethren, he's done us big wonders, he's done us. You don't need people just vibing to my beat, because I believe if it's something done nicely, people will take it, right? Something that's done nicely, people will accept it and will enjoy for the best that they live and then on kids well. So I'm pushing for my best level. Tinga tiri same position, especially with my ghetto youths. Pane all this story, this journey that I'm partaking and how I'm doing it. You know, because some already one in disbelief could know, is it me? Is it me, the me that they might be talking about, the me that they always heard, the me that they always heard the same language, and my name being mentioned from point A to point B? Yeah, but it is me. Fact it upon the watch. But so I'm gonna talk as well about the sound clashes that went on, the culture that was there behind, how the sound clash culture was done. And I'm talking things that I went through the channel, because during that time there was no recording system that could be played right now when the sit one gonna understand, because of technology. Modernization was not there. Things were not like as they are like now. But there's a lot about that sound clash things, all those guys, how it went, how I was taught, how we even used to get music, and how, you know, how we used to relate, to know this is good when you play it, people will play, and you know, all that, and how I was inspired also to become an MC to a point there, Kutivano, they rallied behind. Saka, there is a lot that I'm going to discuss, and why myself I was called Badman, reason was Badman. The question is, why were you called Badman? Why were you called Badman? Okay, why do you call yourself Badman? What does it mean? And I really need to give a definition of that name, and people have to understand as well, you know, so that it makes a difference. It builds up a lot, and it gets in the same direction. But my tune, my vibes are cool, guys. Trust me, a lot is coming in, and I'm building up what I'm gonna build up, so that at least we make noise, we make everything soundy. That's what I can say. So uh, thumbs up to everybody who supports. Thumbs up to everybody who rallies behind me, and you know it. You know, let's keep the atmosphere going. Let's keep everything going the way it's supposed to be going. Blessed love, maximum respect to everything. Saka ndikoko ndikoko. You understand? Saka. Yeah, tonight to go repo, but anyway, large up to everybody. Expect a lot coming from me, and my chapters, and people will have to understand it, you know, taking it step by step as we go. Chingodaro. So all top fans, all Batman fans, I'll do my best to make sure, as promised, you're gonna be getting non-stop of me until my voice runs out. That's one thing you should know. Until Batman uyamazomutsa hathi sikunzwa voice ari kuimba but voice harisi kubuda. But I'm putting pressure on. I'm putting pressure on, and I'm working on something to say kuti you're gonna need to understand. But before we're gonna start dropping non-stop vibes, I'll take you through the journey of how it started. I'll take you through the journey of how it started from Beck Mashure. I'll take you through the journey how it went through, what went on in Rivals, how the sound was, everything, so that at least you know, could say, okay, this thing was like this. Then how we heard it is not the way that we think about it. It's not the way we think of it. So, any balance, and it's second. Check the next segments that are going to be coming. I'm going to be taking off who helped me out, how I was inspired. I'm going to talk of the Rivals. I'm going to talk of this new sound. I'll be dropping a few freestyles so that you can catch, and then you can hear how it goes. There's a lot that's going to be happening, my producers and stuff like that, you know, it's so that music becomes, it's just a vibe. Tungona gets what say, and get it from me straight out. Oh, shout out to my ghetto UTSA. Salute, and all the entourage that knew me from day one. Salute and maximum respect from day one. The journey is on, and it's starting now. As much as you have to want to ask to why so long and why, the answers will be coming in. To answer all the questions, the sound will be coming in, so that you have to tap your dancing shoes on, and then that's it. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and let people know that okay, we on, things are coming in this year non-stop. delays can be there on other things because of commitments, but should have to have Zurguya, and you should have to have Zurguya on a big level, big machine, big sound, everything coming top of the top. Blessed love. Badman says so.